Hello and greetings, everyone. My name is Mitch Smith, or Mitchell Smith. I'd like to welcome you all to our YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing something with you, like a dream that I had the other day. And you can take this however you will. I'm going to be putting, which I was kind of debating on whether to do this, put both of them on one single video, but I believe they have some. I decided to do it. One dream I had right around February 5th, and the other one was the next night on February the 6th. And again, I debated whether to put these two together, but I decided to put them on both on one video because I believe it has some significance, of both relating to one another and connecting to one another somehow. Uh, it starts out like it's like I was up in the air, and whenever I was looking down upon the ground, I seen this like a facility of this large building by itself, and it looked like a facility, but all the way around it, it was like marshland, or it had like channels of water. But the land, there's small pieces of land here, in different areas, and it all surrounded this facility that was to itself. And but as it got down upon the ground, from the ground level, it was right totally opposite. The facility was still there, but the facility then looked like it was kind of run down, and the ground at one from the air looked like it had channels of waterways. Well, it was all dried up, burned up, like it was like a desolate place. No vegetation, It was like shrubs and bushes, but it was like it was dried up, and the majority of the ground was like dirt and sand. And this facility is off to itself. Uh, then somewhere these other two men or officials or whatever they was representing was there also. Now they was hunting for something and around that facility. But once I was able to see on the inside of the facility, you could tell, again, it looked like it was run down. But how this come into play, I don't know, and where this individual came from, I don't know. He just appeared, and this other person that appeared, he was enormous in size, uh, something like a giant or whatever. And it was like to our amazement. And these other two men that had at first appeared, they was like normal size, but they was well dressed, and they was kind of leery of this enormous giant person. And again, it's like they was there hunting for something in this enormous person. I'll just call the giant the enormous person. Was and again, he's probably roughly 9-10 feet tall. Uh, Big, huge body, and then it was like these two men that first arrived. They was scaring about going through this facility that was to itself, and again, it was like they was hunting for something, and something just wasn't right with the facility and the enormous person. I don't know. It was like the enormous person was like a caretaker of, or he was just there. I don't know what the person was. And in this facility, it had many rooms in it. And as they started going around and searching from room to room, again, they was hunting for something. I don't know what, but something wasn't right about the whole situation. They really couldn't find nothing. And how it come about is somehow I seen this enormous person. He was just kind of fiddling with his hands and it started like this, like he was choking somebody, but he didn't have nobody in his hands, and like he's tearing them apart. And he had this big smirky grin on his face. And then it went from that to I don't know how would you describe this. I really don't like saying it on video, but in this like compartment like thing. I don't know if it was a furnace. I don't know. I mean, it kind of resembled like it, where they might uh, uh, burn people for ashes or something like it was something like that. But on the inside, it's like the door was open, and on the inside you could see on the floors of and on the sides of this compartment, it was like ash, and but there was bones in it, and these bones was small bones, and they had like skulls in them and crushed up skulls. And these skulls was small, very small in size. Like I'll tell you what, it was coming to me in my dream. It was like there's children's bones and children's skulls. Some of them was intact, and some of them was crushed up. And somehow they was able to bind this enormous person. And then it was like we was in this room, and it was like they was talking to him or interrogating him or something. And on upon his hands, he had chains, and it's not like handcuffs, like what you. It was like these old time chains, I guess, because of his normal size, and the chains was thick, and they had him upon his wrist and everything, and they had him sitting down, and he's looking to his right, talking to him, and I don't know exactly what they was asking me, but all I could hear this enormous giant person say is, he didn't say himself. He said we. He said we. He said we have been doing this for a very long time. And that's the only thing I heard him say is we've been doing this for a very long time. And uh, then it went from that to somehow this enormous person was able to get loose. And I don't know if he broke the chains. I don't know if somebody turned him loose or what, but he was up walking away, and these two officials drew like small armed fire or whatever, and they started firing upon this enormous person. But here's the thing: the bullets stuff, they wasn't able to hurt him. I mean, it had no effect upon him. And so there was something really going on at this facility, and this facility was off somewhere to itself. There wasn't another building in sight or nothing like that. But like again, from the air, it was like it was lush ground, and I had waterways or channels with very small pieces of land here and there in it. Excuse me. But from the ground was all dried up, desolate, and burned up, and no vegetation except for shrubs. Mind you, of something like tumbleweeds or whatever around about. Then after that, the next night, I had another dream, and it was like I was in this room, and it was kind of all junked up, and it was like dark on the outside. And then uh, there was another person there. But all of a sudden, I don't know if it was like we was trying to get out or what, but it seemed like when we tried to get out, I don't know if something was trying to keep us in, keep us safe. I don't know. All I know is everything on the inside of the restaurant going chaos. The door, you couldn't open the door. I mean, it was like you open it, slammed shut back by itself. And the windows, you try to raise them up, and they'd slam shut. Something like that. And then I was sitting there. It went from that to people being on the outside. I was in a different room at this point, and you could tell there's people on the outside, and they was talking like they was talking amongst themselves or doing a big bunch of laughing. But where I was at, when I was in this room, this one guy, I looked up on the wall, and it was like I was sitting down or whatever, and I looked up at an angle, and I could see writing upon the wall. And I knew this writing was not good. Uh, but here's the thing, I couldn't tell. It was like a different type of writing. It wasn't, that I could understand. It was just written funny. And it just, all I can say, just some type of writing upon the wall. And this man walks up, and he said, and he is dressed in like in a gray suit. But as he looked down where I was at, he said, somebody rolled upon my wall. And then after that, he said that people on the outside started laughing and everything. But the writing on the wall was no good. Uh, I'll tell you what it comes to mind. It's something like satanic writing. But I don't know what it, I couldn't read the writing because I couldn't read that type of writing. It's some markings and writing upon the wall. And he couldn't read or interpret it, but some type of writing that I couldn't understand, he couldn't understand. But it's like people on the outside, after he said somebody's been writing upon the wall, it's just like they all started laughing, like they knew what it meant. But I can tell you this: the intention of that writing, whatever it was no good. I don't know if it was a sign for something. I don't know. It's written in some type of ancient language. I don't know. But that's all, and then it all ended. But it just significance of these two dreams, somehow they're connected the way I'm taking. I had the first one right around February the 5th, and the other one was the next night, February 6th. I was losing all sleep because of both of them. But I just want to share this with y'all, and you can take this however you like. And I ask you, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, share us around. If you feel like getting in contact with me, you can get in contact with me through our social media sites, through Facebook, Twitter, and here on YouTube. Or you can email me at info.mitchsmithbiblestudies@gmail.com. And I want to say I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And keep watching for upcoming Bible teachings and messages. And again, I want to say I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And I love you all and your all's families. And God bless you all.